welcome back to Pragga's Gaming. I'm Gamer Praggas, and this is Citizen Sleeper. Now, we are waiting currently for the shipyard to open up with the draw for the Sidereal for us to potentially get off of the eye. What else? We need to speak to Feng in the Greenway. Stay with your tracker, that's Feng. Enter the Greenway, expose Yannick. Find the SNR relay. If Sabine is right, Yannick is working with SNR behind Yannick's back. Time to find out the truth. Speak to Rabiah about what happened. Find Ashton. Get to know Memphis. Improve the overlook. Okay. So, yeah, we need to wait for Rabiah's office to open. We've got 2 more cycles for that. So for now, we're going to work on the overlook. There we go. Cool. And then for the last 2 dice, we're going to grab some more data. Okay. Right, so we can use our unit. So we're going to put in a scrap. And we're going to end the cycle. So we should still have 5 dice. Those are not great dice. But we... Lem and Mina. The crowds have already gathered by the time you get to the shipyard, and you recognise faces among them. People you've worked alongside on the Sidereal. The intervening cycles have returned their excitement to anxiety, and a few of them smile at you. Instead, the nervous energy of the crowd fills the space, creating a feedback loop of growing tension. You pick out Lem and Mina and work your way over to them, pushing through the crowd. He silently raises his eyebrows at you, his anxiety obvious. But Mina flashes you a huge smile, unaware of the tension. "Robot!" she shouts, reaching out to you. "Hi, Mina." She waves frantically, grinning. "Quite the turnout, huh?" Lem glances around, pulling Mina close. "I don't think patience is one of this crowd's strengths." The sound of an argument towards the back catches your and Lem's attention. He is putting it lightly. This place seems set to explode. This isn't good. Lem doesn't dare answer, but the look in his eyes suggests he agrees. "This is Asta Enghart of the Celius Foundation," the announcement echoes from the speakers at the shipyard entrance, and shouts of "Quiet!" rapidly follow. "I'm sorry I can't be there to meet you all, and thank you on behalf of Condre Celis for the work you have done on the Sidereal Horizon." Most of the crowd strains to see Asta's face, but the small display shows only a ghostly white figure, smudged and unclear. "Sondre wants me to pass on her personal thanks for your commitment to and belief in the Celius Foundation's mission. We chose the Eye for this project because we know that we would find like-minded individuals here, especially among the ranks of the venerable Havenage Association. Unlike most of the Corps, we neither believe Erlin's Eye to be a threat or a rogue state, but instead of an embryo for the formation of a new decentralized social structure, one where each citizen might be the master of their own destiny." A ripple of impatience runs through the crowd. They didn't come here for a sermon. "You are all pioneers, just like those core citizens who the Sidereal Horizon will carry in cryosleep to the planet that will become the Foundation's first frontier world, Celius 1. At the mention of the destination world, excited conversations break out among the workers. "There our citizens will be able to create their own innovative, bottom-up economic order aligned with the principles set down by Sondre Celis herself: freedom, resilience, and self-sustenance.
This is all thanks to your tireless efforts in the Havenage yards. As a reward for those efforts, you may know that we are offering a select group the opportunity to join the caretakers of this vision, the staff of the Sidereal Horizon, who will maintain the vessel during its multi-decade transit through interstellar space.
Lem turns to you, his eyes bright. This is it.
This draw has been performed at random by the central AIs of the Foundation and is final and binding. Please note, only licensed contractors of the Foundation are eligible for this draw. I know you have all been eagerly awaiting this day, and without further delay, I will now read the serious identification numbers of those chosen for this great honor.
A murmur runs through the crowd. Seller's identification numbers? Licensed contractors? You have never even heard the term mentioned. Is this something you were supposed to be assigned? You glance at Lem, but his eyes are fixed forward, wide and shimmering. All around you, people are speaking in hushed tones, like a rising wave. Asta starts reading out sequences of numbers and letters, and panic begins to set in. No one seems to know what is happening. Somewhere near the front of the crowd, someone shouts in celebration, and everyone pushes forward. Lem? You turn to see Lem still staring forward. Mina is scared now as the shouts start. Daddy? Someone throws something at the entrance and it rattles against the shipyard doors. You see for the first time Havenage security stood on either side, scared, arguing between themselves. You feel the anger rising in the crowd. Lem, let's go. He doesn't move. They might call out names. I can't. Mina tugs at his dog tags. It's not happening. Lem blinks rapidly, then turns to you. He opens and closes his mouth and looks down at Mina. He sees the fear in her eyes and understands. It's time to go. You lead Lem and Mina out, shoving people aside. As you do, you hear the sound of scuffles emerging at the front of the crowd, of metal canisters bouncing off the shipyard walls. You keep your head down and walk away, the sound of Asta reading off the ciphers echoing above the chaos like some strange mantra. When you turn to Lem, there are tear tracks running down his cheeks, and Mina is sniffling into his jacket. You feel the sadness rising in you too. They screwed you. Screwed all of you. You were never even on the list. The feeling is as unpleasant as it is familiar. You stare ahead into the tunnel as the security sirens sound out, a signal for the coming violence. Oh dear. Oh, we failed that. Huh. Lem's out. There's a note on the door of the unit. Sleeper. Gone to find work. Lem. Okay. So let's head to the Overlook. Oh dear. Okay, let's stop by Emphasis Stall and get some food. Okay. Is there anything we can do? We could get energy there. The Turnbull Tea House, we can sell the Havenage data. Caster's Table, we can't do anything there. Gives us energy. Okay. We could go across to the Greenway. The farm stacks. Barter for food. We're not going to sell. We can work the stacks though. The Greenway. Okay. Mushroom groves. 2 growths. Okay. So that's something new. So those are Griot caps. Okay. And Feng. So let's speak to Feng while we're here. When you enter the service dock, Feng is already set up, crouched among stacks of equipment. He's leaning over a terminal bathed in a blue glow. He looks totally at home. Sleeper, what do you think? Turns out not everyone in Havenage is set against me. A couple of my old system pals managed to ship me some of my old gear. He gestures at the pile of blinking hardware. Nice kit. Feng does a mock bow. Any updates? Feng beckons you over. He has a set of scans on the waist on his terminal, with heat maps of activity overlaid. A chunk of the derelict rim is blotchy with bright red and orange marks. Does this look like a wasteland to you? Feng shakes his head. There's hundreds of Conway machines out there, all lined up in concealed hangars, and a whole underground facility to support them. Hardin has got a crew out there putting them together. They must have shipped them in piece by piece through the shipyard, ready for assembly out here. Why? They're planning something. No one needs hundreds of heavy-duty reclamation drones to run this kind of operation. Maybe Hardin masked this whole thing as an effort to clean up the waste, but there's no way this is about pulling scrap off the eye. Feng looks worried. And why's Conway in the mix? I bet no one in Havenage knows another corporation is setting up on the station. They aren't stupid either. These scans are the best I can get. The waste's cut off from the eye's cloud of networks, and the greenway is a total dark zone. No data can come in or out. We can't hack them? We can't from here. He turns and winks. That's why I'm going to pay them a visit. Too risky. You forget, Havenage came in and out of there all cycle. I should be able to get in, as long as no one I know sees me. He grimaces playfully. But I need you on the outside to help disable security systems and cut me a pathway through. There's no cloud access, but if I can get inside, I can open up nodes in their network and we can work them in tandem. It's a massive facility buried deep down there. Miles of corridor and ventways wrapped around cargo bays and hangars, so it'll take more than a few cycles to work it through it. But as long as you can keep them off my back, I know I can rip what we need out of there. He pulls a handful of ripperworms from his pocket and hands them to you. These are the last of my little helpers I managed to salvage, so make them count. I modified them slightly. This time they'll feed their data threads back into the system that they are tunneling into, creating a nasty little feedback loop. We run it just like we did with the agents. Hack the nodes, I ping to locate the ports for the security systems, then slot the worms in those systems and let them go to town. He points to a fuzzy silhouette of the buried facility on the terminal. Here's the entryway. This is where you can get access and slot the first worm. That'll fry their perimeter systems and get me past the first cordon. What I need from you is to keep your eyes on the facility after you kick things off. You see me pop up a security system, a server bank, you need to break in and slot a ripper to disable as soon as you can. If I can't? Feng gives you a hard look. You miss a system, you wait too long, they are going to find me, simple as that. He claps you on the shoulder. I need you focused on this one, so I'm going to let you fire the starting gun. I won't go until you slot that first worm. I'll leave a tracker running on the terminal here, so come back here if you want to see my progress. He affectionately pats the top of the screen. Got it. Don't worry, you can run rings around their protocols. I've seen it. Feng gets up. It's all in place. You just need to make your own preparations, then slot that worm. He stretches. Just don't wait too long. I'm getting bored of all this sneaking around. Once I'm inside, I'll get the proof we need to end this whole thing, no matter what. He crouches to check the terminal. We can't take longer than 6 cycles on this thing. Remember that. He stands up. Oh, and one last thing. He lowers his voice. If I get caught, or you can't reach me, or we run out of time, there's one thing I need you to do. Don't talk like that. Just listen, he hisses. You've never seen Feng so serious. You take whatever I have managed to pull at that point, all that data, and you slot that stuff straight into the relay I've set up here. He points to a pile of servers and terminals hooked onto the dock, with cables as thick as your arm. I repurposed the dock's SOS broadcast system to beam out whatever you put in it. Anyone with a terminal, a slate, or a server on the eye will see it. That means Havenage, Yatagan, the hub, everyone. No matter what, Hardin isn't sneaking away this time. He grins. I've got a bit more to do here, but the moment you slot that first worm, I will make my move. He gives you a parting smile and turns back to the terminal. The nerves hit you as you make your way out of the service dock. Time to prepare yourself. Okay. Right. So... oh, conway access. Okay. But we're not going to do that just yet. Because we need to go and rest. Now, the problem we've got is we don't have any scrap. So we're going to be down to 4 dice. But we do have Rabiah. Let's just feed the stray. Okay. We'll end the cycle. Okay, those are some good dice. Right, we need some food. So we will see Emphas. Okay. This is back, so we can buy some scrap, so we're going to buy that. Okay. Oh, we got a shipment fragment. That's not great. But I don't think... yeah, we can't do anything with Feng until we... we do that. So let's speak to Rabiah. Even before you enter the office, you can hear the sound of Rabiah working the heavy bag. She is hammering it, the chain creaking as it shakes with each hit. She's been like this since... Sabine doesn't finish the sentence. They are sitting on a stool, looking at the terminal in the corner, searching through the S&ARP data you pulled all those cycles ago. How have you been? I'm well, Sleeper, happy to no longer be hunted. They smile. Yatigan has plenty to deal with, and without Yannick, I'm free. They glance nervously at Rabiah. Rabiah stops punching, and in the silence you can hear her breathing hard. Sabine looks over at her, and you sense something between them. You realise you haven't seen them together since they tried to kill each other in the same unit. A lot has changed since then. They hooked him up like a puppet. Rabiah hits the bag. Rigged that thing in his head so they could control him. Pushed the old Yannick out. I don't know why he let them in. Rabiah throws a few more punches. But it's a lesson. Don't let them in. Another flurry. Yatigan shouldn't deal with corporations, and we never will again, she spits. Rabiah comes away from the bag. It's a war out there with Yannick murdered. They're all looking for the killer. There are claims of a coup in the organization. People are taking advantage. She rubs her head. No good will come of this. Sabine interjects. Not true. Come now. They turn to you. Now the connection has been broken. I've been looking at removing the trackers from the implants in Yatigan's enforcers. It's a significant job, but I think with time I can do the surgeries. Rabiah scoffs. Time? Yatigan will tear himself apart in the next 5 cycles. She thumps the bag again and walks away to the far side of the unit. Sabine watches her go, concerned. She'll get there, they say to you, not looking away from Rabiah. It's impossible to deal with all this. Will Yatigan really collapse? I don't think so, no. Rabiah doesn't either. They look over at her, at least not when she's calm. What I understand now is that Yatigan can be something if we wanted to be. Coming here from S&ARP from the core worlds, all I saw was a gang, and with Yannick keeping me on a tight leash. They shudder. Rabiah believes, and I want that belief. They look unsure. I also want to be done with S&ARP, but I doubt they are done with me. They glance away, rubbing their shoulders. Are you and Rabiah? Fixes you with a look. Yes, Sleeper. Isn't that obvious? They smile. I've been wanting to say, Sabine begins nervously. I'm sorry that I didn't tell you where I came from. I know I've apologised before, but I want to again. They pause. Properly. When I leaked the data on the Sleeper program, it was to try to help people like you. They grit their teeth. But after all the cycles here being pushed down, pushed around, trying to survive, all that got away from me. So when you turned up, they sighed. It shook me up. They run a hand through their hair, but I ended up here, so they look at Rabiah. Oh, of course. They reach into a pocket and take out a handful of vials. These are the last of the case. You can have them. They drop them into your hands. After these last few, I don't know what we can do. With the S&ARP connection broken, they look down. But I know there are other ways. Repairs, other pharmaceuticals. I've even heard there are some labs out on the Greenway. Perhaps they can help. They meet your eye. I'm sorry I can't do more. Thank you. For everything. They look away, their eyes bright with tears. Rabiah crosses back to you both and sits beside Sabine. They look at each other, and you can't help but smile at the idea of them together. What are you two plotting? Rabiah grins. Sabine laughs, and the sound is a welcome one. You watch the two of them teasing each other and smile. Later, when you leave, you take that handful of vials out of your pocket and look at them. You can still feel that core of anger deep down inside, and you don't know if it will ever leave. But S&ARP doesn't own you anymore. They can't, because this place, these people, own you. They are what makes you get up every cycle. They are what keeps you breathing. You put the vials away and walk through the low end, your senses tuned to every sight, every smell, every sound, soaking it all in, living. Ooh, and we've got an upgrade point. We have 3 upgrade points. So we could go for a +2 on self-repair. Oh, great. Which means we can use the lower dice more effectively. Or we... No, we'll go for the +2 on engineer. Okay. So with that, we have 2 cycles left on the Sidereal Horizon. Not that we can do anything with that yet. That is still waiting. We've got the scrap. We could put the 4. See, that's a +2, so yeah. So we can put the 4 in, which gives us a 6. Okay. And with the other dice, let's head over to the Greenway. In fact, let's slot the first Ripper Worm. So the time has started. As you slot the worm, a thread jumps up out of the facility. It unspools in front of you, releasing its data like ink in water. Sleeper? Feng's voice crackles through. Moving in. Nodes, then ports. A whir of interference. Slot the worms. Timer starts now. Stay safe. The thread dissipates. You're on your own now. Okay. Oh, I don't believe it. Oh, that is disappointing. That's not great. Feng's progress. Oh. That's not great. So we can work the canteen or we can work the grow beds. Let's work the grow beds. Okay, we got some energy from that. Right, mushroom groves. Let's go for the mushroom spores. Okay, so we've got those. And we'll do the griot caps. Okay. Right. So the good dice didn't really help us out there. Right. It's a shame that doesn't give us 2. But we'll put the other one in. So we will get the 5 dice. But that is going to run out soon. So we're hoping for a 3. Yes, we've got a 3. Okay. Not bad. So let's head over to the Greenway. Okay. Probably should have used the... Okay. Stop the ripperworm. Feng's progress +1 and layer unlocked. Okay. We need a 3 or a 5. We can do that. That gives us the port. And a 2, we'll put that in. Okay. Okay. Layer X unlocked. Okay. So we can use a 4 to unlock 1. 3 or a 5. A 5 or a 6. Okay. So that's all we can do there. So if we have a look, we're almost there. Right, let's do Greenway. We'll do risky. Cool. Okay. Alright, I think we should be able to speak to... Oh no, Lem and Mina. No go. That's got 1 cycle left. Yeah. Okay. We don't have any scrap. We could sell the ship mine, or we could buy a ship mine core for 240. And we don't have the Suki. So I think we're going to be stuck with the 4. We'll feed the stray. We'll end the cycle. Right, how are we for dice? Okay. Not great, but we need to speak to. We need to help Feng first. Right. So we can do that one. And I don't think we can do the last one. Yeah. Okay. But the green way. Let's put that in. Okay. So we've unlocked the aviary. Growth spores. No, it's too risky. Farm stacks. It's safe, so we can work the stacks. I'm assuming does that just give us energy? Yeah. Okay. So we have got the aviary unlocked. And we need to speak to Lem and Mina. But we are going to have to do that in the next episode. Because unfortunately we've run out of time. Thank you for hanging out. Don't forget to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, ticking the bell so you know when new videos go live. In the description is a link to the channel Discord. Feel free to come and talk about the games you're playing, the games I'm playing, games in general. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.